Welcome to Teen ypww Lesson 4. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's topic is Joy to the World. The Lord has come. The lesson text is coming out of Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 through 5. The memory verse. I will read the King James Version first and then the New International Version of Galatians chapter 4, verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law. The New International Version. But when the set time had fully come, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under the law. The key for today's lesson: a story that never grows old. Today's focus: celebrating the birth of Christ, is a joyous event for believers around the world. In Australia, Christmas celebrations are much like those in America, with one exception. Christmas is a summer holiday. Therefore, barbecue on the beach is the common dinner for Australians and Christmas Day. In Brazil, Christmas is an important festival day. Brazilians celebrate by giving their children presents in their shoes rather than in stockings. In South Africa, Christmas is also a summer holiday. Many of the flowers there are in full bloom. Carolers make their rounds on Christmas Eve in towns and large city centers. You are encouraged to continue this interesting study of the Christmas customs of other countries. From this brief review of these three countries, we know that Christmas is celebrated in different ways around the world. Therefore, it is important for you, teen listeners, to know and understand the Christian perspective of Christmas as you prepare to celebrate this holiday in the customs of your family. As Christians, we know the miraculous birth of Jesus Christ is the most important reason for our Christmas celebrations. His birth brought joy to the world and was fulfillment of the long awaited prophecies in the Old Testament. Celebrating the miracle birth of Jesus Christ is the Christian reason for the season. This wonderful miracle resounds what the angel of God told Mary in Luke chapter 1, verse 37. With God nothing shall be impossible. The Old Testament prophecies, the angelic revelation, and eyewitness accounts all declare that the birth of Jesus Christ was a miraculous event. Jesus was not a mere mortal man, he was supernatural. Jesus coming in flesh as a man is called the incarnation, which literally means the word became flesh. Found in John chapter 1, verses 1 through 18. Our response to his birth should be one of adoration and worship. A discussion of the circumstances surrounding his birth merits our discussion. Caesar Augustus called for a census to be taken. Joseph and Mary were required to make this approximately 70-mile trip from Nazareth to Bethlehem to register for the census. The town, Bethlehem, was packed with visitors. After searching for a place to stay the night, the only place Joseph could find was a manger or a stable. Then came time for the baby to arrive, God's Son. In spite of the difficulties of the journey, Mary and Joseph experienced overwhelming joy now that the time had come. Galatians chapter 4, verse 4, our memory verse, says that Jesus was born in the fullness of time. His birth took place at the time in history that God chose. He promised his people a Savior and set about to prepare humanity for his arrival. The people, places, and events over hundreds of years were all in this incredible timeline. God arranged everything to happen as it did in that manger that night. What an incredible story! This is filled with excitement and wonder. A story that will never grow old and is truly the greatest story ever told. The questions for today's lesson. Number one, what are some Christmas holiday traditions that your family has every year? Number two, why is it important that we learn about the customs and traditions of other cultures? Number three, teen listeners are encouraged not to celebrate the customs of cultures that denounce Christ and our Christian beliefs. What are some wholesome celebrations other cultures have that you know about? God bless you and thank you for joining me today.